Hi, I'm here with Sylvester McCoy. How are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
Not too bad.
Good.
Now, first of all, I wanted to ask, there's a very interesting story about how you chose your professional name, or moreover, how it chose you.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, well, I was asked to play a character called Sylvester McCoy in a show called An Evening with Sylvester McCoy, the Human Bomb. And the director rather liked the idea that the audience would believe that Sylvester McCoy was real. So he asked me if I could put my name in the program as Sylvester McCoy, and I did. And I liked it. So it stuck.
Excellent. Now, of course, everyone knows you as the Seventh Doctor. Are there any particular memories you have about your time on the show?
No. Can't remember anything. It was 20 years ago. No, actually. I remember lots. Had a great time. A very good fun. Yeah, it was lovely. Fire away. Keep going.
Okay. Now, you also have the distinction of being the first Doctor in a U.S. production. Did you find working with Fox, the Fox Movie Network significantly different than working with the BBC?
Yeah, there was more money. That was it, really.
Fair enough. Now, more recently, you've been working with director Peter Jackson on the Hobbit trilogy. How did that come about?
Well, years ago, Peter Jackson was making the trilogy Lord of the Rings, and he wanted to see actors for Bilbo Baggins, and he saw me for Bilbo Baggins. He saw others, but he whittled them down to two, and I was one of the two, and I didn't get it. So that was the beginning of my long route to Radagast the Brown. What happened next was I was working with Ian McKellen with the Royal Shakespeare Company in King Lear. I was the fool to Ian's King Lear. We toured the world. We went to New Zealand. We met Peter Jackson. And that was the next step towards Radagast the Brown. Then they asked me to do a screen test for Guillermo del Toro, who was going to be directing The Hobbit, because he didn't know who I was. I did it. He loved what I did, and I got the part. Then he left, and then I did it. It's more complicated, but I'm not. I get paid loads of money for the complicated answers.
Now, you had mentioned that you worked with Sir Ian McKellen in King Lear. Now, I have to ask, as a acting student myself, I go to school for acting in Niagara University. Was that as intimidating as it sounded?
No, not really. No, I mean, as someone said when they came to see us, they said Sylvester McCoy gave Ian McKellen a run for his money. No, I wasn't intimidated. I mean, it's not. I mean, Ian is an intimidating man, a great actor, but off stage he's really charming and funny, and kind of rude and great, great company.
Now, since the Doctor turned 50 last year, you took part in a very funny special called The Five-ish Doctors reboot. And it looks like your fellow doctors were having the time of their lives. How did that come about? I mean,
well, over the years, the last 3 or 4 years, all of us have been traveling around the world, meeting fans, and every question asked was, are you going to be in the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who? And we all thought, yeah, we must be, and we hoped to be, and we talked about it and said it would be a good thing, because the fans all want it. Anyway, we got to last year, and no one had asked us to be in it, and we realized we were not going to be in it. So we decided to get together and make our own kind of celebration of the other doctors, the 20th century doctors. And that was what we did, really. And it became great fun. We did it in our spare time for the fans, for the fans. We did it for the fans because they wanted to see a few doctors together.
And as a fan of Doctor Who, I thought it was hilarious, and these guys can certainly attest as well. So
jolly good.
Now, one last question. We stumbled upon your neighbor Patricia Quinn last year, and in the infamous cliffhanger in a Doctor Who story, Dragonfire, just why did the Doctor lower himself over the cliff by an umbrella and immediately start yelling for help? It's something we were sort of confused by.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you view Doctor Who over here, but I don't think not the same way as we did. They were half-hour episodes, and they always had a cliffhanger. And I thought, wow, this is a chance to do a real cliffhanger, not only a figurative and a literal cliffhanger. There was a reason I was supposed to be getting down, but in the editing it got lost, and I can't remember why. But anyway, it was a real cliffhanger.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it wouldn't make sense if you just watch all 3 or 4 episodes in one go, but if you watch it with cliffhangers, then it makes sense, ish.
Oh.
Like 5 Doctor issues, reboot ish.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers. Bye.